Hello all, how you doing? Well, this video might be kind of hard because I want to talk about the effect and another effect it may have underneath it. Because about our memories from another reality doesn't match this reality. But I think it may have another effect on a certain group of people. You probably won't believe this, and that is fine. But the people who are actually affected by it in this way will know it when I begin talking about it, because they could be missing something and not knowing it. But either they realize it already, or they will soon, that they don't have something anymore. Let's call it just a disorder, alright? Or we can call it a brain disorder, or we can call it, I don't know if we can call it, I don't know, just call it disorder. There are lots of disorders, alright? There's a huge list. The list is long, okay? But somehow this effect totally deletes, erases, takes out of the brain this disorder. It could happen when the memories got put in there, and I don't know. That's the only way it could happen, probably, for the people who have our memories from a different reality. If they were put in, and the byproduct of these memories, other things probably need to be deleted. So, let's say a person's afraid to go outside, agoraphobia, I think it's called. Boom, all gone. They probably won't know it until they actually go outside and they don't feel it anymore. They aren't afraid to go outside. Maybe they were deathly allergic to cats or dogs or something, or maybe they had an eating problem. Or like a friend of mine had bipolar, and when he awoken, the effect on him, the byproduct was his bipolar was totally deleted. It took up a space in the brain that these memories needed to be at, and the byproduct was the disorder was completely deleted. Now, I wanted to do some more research before I made this video. So I asked some people at work, a few that have woke and some who knew already. And out of the 6 that I talked to, 4 of them had a type of disorder that they wouldn't tell nobody, but their spouse knew. I asked them, I need to ask you a question. You don't have to tell me what it is. I don't want to know. But before you awoke, did you have some kind of a disorder, a brain disorder, or something that was either slightly bad or really bad, that the effect deleted and you don't have anymore? A few of them stood there and looked at me with their mouth open like, how did I know? How would you find out? How would it even come to your mind that I didn't have it anymore? It's like, it's just a question. And the 4 basically said yes, they had a disorder of some type, but they noticed that it wasn't there anymore as the weeks went on. How is that possible? I don't know. This is a byproduct of the effect. Now, I've got to break one of my rules, which I don't like breaking, and talk about religion. I really don't like talking about religion. I have my beliefs. I keep them close to myself. It's just maybe the higher power. We know maybe the CERN created the effect. Maybe. But whoever created it, the higher power, let's say, dabbled with it. Even though the higher power always knows what's going to happen. At least in my belief. He always knows what's going to happen. He gave everybody free will, but he does know what everybody's going to do next. It doesn't matter. That is the way my belief's been for a very long time. You can do whatever you want, but he still knows what you're going to do before you do it. He may not have caused it, the higher power, but that doesn't mean he can't dabble with it. Maybe he saw it going a certain way and he didn't want to go in that way, or maybe he saw it happen and said, maybe if I dabble slightly, maybe it'll help others. I don't know. But on the other hand, with me, my beliefs, I really can't see him taking the time to bother with us. The three main players that I normally think about is the higher power, God, you guys' terms, I guess. Christ, and what do you call him? You call him Lucifer, Satan, the devil? I can't call him a devil because there are many devils to me. It's like myths and myths of devils. So I've always liked the name Lucifer, so I call him Lucifer. So, hey Bob, that's Bob. So, Christ and Lucifer to me are the higher power, God's angels, okay? But, and then they have all the other angels either on the same level with him, and then they have labeled angels on the next level under them. Now, the higher power, to me, really wouldn't bother with us. Lucifer and Christ, I really don't think they would bother with us. People think they're so special that these three people would go out of their way to even bother with us. This is just my belief. But the higher power, God created everything, and He's in everything. Everything's a part of Him. That's just my belief. I mean, you don't need four walls, a bunch of pews, and a guy standing at the head, blah, 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 for an hour. You can either sit in your chair in your room, or you can go outside and walk around the grass and talk to a tree. You're still talking to the higher power. And I'll always believe that. You can think and still He'll be listening. Listening and bothering with you, to me, are two different things, though. Because He basically hears everything anyway. But maybe He asked somebody or made it apparent that He wanted someone to dabble in it. And then maybe someone, I don't know. But somehow the effect, the byproduct of people, something's being deleted out of their minds. Something they don't need. Something that doesn't help them. Something that doesn't improve them. They get rid of this, it makes them better. It's made me better. I don't like talking about it, but I'm not going to go into details. People can believe or not. I have my proof. That's all I need. But the effect is going to affect people. not just the memory wise. I'm talking disorder wise. It's gonna take away stuff they don't need. I am not here to lie to people. I have no reason to lie to people. I have no reason to say things that people want to hear. I'm not here to hand out a bag of kittens and rainbows because that's just not the person I am. I can just tell you the way I see it. I can just tell you the way I believe it. Is it right or wrong? I don't know. Most what anybody says comes out of their mouth. Is it right or wrong? Either you can take it for what it is, or you can ignore it, and just move on. It's what you want to do with it. That's all that matters. Most of the time I do listen, unless I feel someone is just talking to hear himself talk. I'm hoping I'm not like that. I'm hope if I help at least one person, then I'm happy. Now, here comes the downside. There's one saying, actually, there's a bunch of sayings that I like. The first thing I like is, how's it go? A person shouldn't throw stones who lives in a glass house. I love that one. That's one of my favorites. Because I have friends who are Christians and Mormons and Catholics, and that doesn't bother me. I talk to people, and they don't really like talking to me about religion. That's fine. I've been in debates with people about religion. Didn't go so well. Because I don't just look at all the good stuff that has happened. I go back and I look at all the bad stuff that happened. The one thing that irritates the crap out of me, I mean, it's seriously, I'm not going to get into it. This is about something else. This isn't just it's not about my beliefs, really. It's slightly, but not enough to go into. But somewhere in the higher power dabble with it, and that's what it comes down to. I was saying before, as I got sidetracked, here comes the bad part of it. Uh, there are people that may go through the opposite. Things can be deleted, or things can be put in and enhanced. It depends on how you are or were before you got here for the whole memory thing, but we don't know how you were in this reality, how you were. So you may get disorders you may not have before. A couple, actually I was talking to somebody else about it. The guy on the next table listening came over and started questions, and I tried to answer his questions the best I could without having to go into detail, but he kept asking more. I said, crap. As I told him, he told his wife. His wife came over, and now I'm standing there explaining the fact to both of them. He definitely changed, and so did she. It's half good, half bad, because he was didn't care about work. He was, I wouldn't say he was lazy, but slightly. Her, on the other hand, was all about work, always be on time. Gotta get to work, gotta get to work. Weeks went by. I could tell the change because I became really good friends with both of them. And he became more dependable, more into work. Before, he really didn't lift a finger at home, so slowly, he told me later he can't figure out why, but he saw something dirty at home, so he would start cleaning the house, and she started telling me that it was domesticated. So I said, "Oh, that's good. Yeah." She blamed me for that because he was never like that. So he was slowly becoming half of what he was like there, and half how he was like in this reality, but more kind of towards this reality. She became less interested in work. They didn't get along for a while. Something was getting messed up in the relationship, and the way I saw it is they had to get used to each other again. They had to get to know each other or whatever. They had to find out about each other all over again, which basically they both told me later. And I had a few problems. That went on for like a month and a half, and then things got better. I guess they liked how things changed. She ended up not really caring about work and actually quitting. But then the best stuff started happening. She became paranoid and she got anger problems. And I talked to him a couple of days ago. I go, "Well, is she like this before the effect?" He goes, "Slightly, not as bad as it is now." It's like, so I came out like, "Do you think that effect enhanced it?" He just looked at me like, if she wasn't anywhere close to where she is now, and now that she's like this after months after they woke up. So yes, is the effect dangerous? I think it is. It's like good and bad all wrapped up. If the higher power had dabbled into it, I don't know. I just want people to be careful in what they're doing. They've got to know what they're walking into, and I feel responsible for waking them up. It's like, how do you take responsibility for that? Even though I do, kind of. So it's like before you do something, think about how you are responsible if something does happen. It would be out of your control anyway, but still, you are responsible for what happens. I know it's probably sounds stupid. You won't believe me. That's just all fine, but I have enough proof of what I've gone through, and I'm just trying to help somebody out there. Like I said, one person. If I help one person, I'm happy. But in both cases, I have proof, so I cannot say no. There is no underlining effect in the effect itself, besides the memory, but there is. I've witnessed it firsthand. That's why we've really got to be careful. I think that's about it. I think that about covers everything. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. If you don't, that's cool. Like I said, I really appreciate you watching the video, and I hope you all have a good day. Pretty sure I covered everything. If not, I can try to explain whatever I missed. But there is an underlining effect inside the big effect. There's probably a whole bunch of them, but this is just the second byproduct effect, I guess, that I've found. Well, besides the eyes changing, I haven't found any other ones yet. Actually, it'd be like the fourth one, wouldn't it? But still. Alright. I'm pretty sure I explained everything right. If not, I apologize, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall talk to you later. Take care of yourself.